Too many games are putting out overly hyped trailers that don't match actual gameplay. Within the following 6 years, the GameFi industry will finally be able to realize its enormous potential. Data from Absolute Reports predict that it will increase in value to $2.8 billion by 2028, with a compound annual growth of 20.4% during that time. Compared to the more newsworthy centralized finance and decentralized finance spaces, it is a quieter and perhaps less scandalous branch, but this hasn't diminished its power or promise. Compared to other market sectors, crypto gaming has shown to be the most resilient even during the worst bear markets. The quality gap between teaser trailers and finished product, however, is a problem for the GameFi industry because it frequently offends the eager gamers who put their trust in them. The entire industry suffers as that happens with more and more titles. The further mass adoption eludes us, the more expectations are not met and customers are let down. Developers must focus on what they can actually build rather than making unsatisfactory promises, and we simply don't observe that as frequently as we ought to. This is a significant problem area. The gaming industry isn't a bubble, but rather a place where Web 2 and Web 3 are coming together and finding creative ways to mesh into two realities. The gaming industry is more similar to a metaverse than any other. According to some companies in the GameFi space, GameFi could become an onboarding point for metaverse and introduce people to digital ownership. Hey, it's CoinFixer. Before we continue, I must say that I am not a financial advisor and this is not financial advice. And hey, if you find this video helpful or interesting, leave a like and subscribe for more crypto and Web3 content just like this. Alright, back to the video. I mean, is it too much to ask that GameFi start guarding its reputation given how significant a part it has played in the development of Web3? Although the play-to-earn non-fungible token game market is still in its infancy, there's no doubt that the future of blockchain-based games holds many thrilling AAA titles. However, as of right now, all we have are visually stunning, overdone, and inflated teasers that developers just can't seem to create. Theoretically, the struggle shouldn't be so difficult. Developers at Murasaki of BCG Studio have worked on more than 30 different mobile game titles, but they always have a general idea of how much time and money each one requires. It's not complicated. How can you claim to be working on a AAA title with only 4 million or even 50 million and it will be ready in a few months? If something like Genshin Impact cost 200 million to produce and took over 2 years to build, simply put, it's unrealistic. The typical development and release cycle is the same for all projects. Publish a white paper outlining the work developers plan to do, release a teaser trailer to build anticipation, raise money for development by selling NFTs and tokens, and then begin developing. In 90% of GameFi projects, something happens between the release of the trailer and the development stage that makes the game appear amateurish and unimpressive. The somewhat depressing NFT drop from Pixelmon has drawn criticism from a large number of people. One user even tweeted, "Thanks at Pixelmon, worst min of my life. I'm giving up NFTs." It's understandable why people would be disappointed when compared to the actual product Pixelmon released, which looked nothing like the slick demo they raised expectations with only a few months earlier. The project roadmap had promised the largest and highest quality game the NFT space has ever seen. Imagine selling the ownership of a building by displaying a 1 to 100 scale model of the structure, but omitting how long it would take to construct and declining how much money you are willing to spend in the process. Then when you finally show what you've been working on, it's a shed rather than a skyscraper. But how long can that go on before users lose interest in the platform altogether and leave it before it has a chance to realize its full potential? Although it may sound harsh, the simple truth is that if you are unable to fulfill your promise, you should let someone else handle it, because 99% of developers consistently overpromise and deliver less than what they promise. They harm the reputation of our industry and the rest of us, sincere and eager GameFi enthusiasts. Such initiatives ought to completely leave the market and give GameFi a chance to prove itself before users grow weary of the act. The future of GameFi is too great a risk for us to continue letting them play with it, or else the dream of widespread adoption will elude us forever. Let us know what you think about GameFi games in the comments down below. Like the video if it brought you value, and subscribe for more content. Till next time, this has been the Coin Fixer.